I cut my finger. Now, let's pick up from where I left off with talking about Kindle Unlimited. I'm going to show you the books that I have downloaded. I'm going to tell you what I am currently reading. Kindle Unlimited. Now, I have talked about Kindle Unlimited and why I have it a couple other times, but I do get questions occasionally about my Kindle Unlimited subscription. What do I like about it? Do I think it's worth it, etc., etc., etc. So, first of all, I do think it's worth it. I really do like my Kindle Unlimited subscription. I faithfully use it. I've been using it for years. There is a promotion going on right now for Kindle Unlimited. I don't know how long it's going to last because I already have it, so I don't get the promotion. But I believe I saw that it's like 3 months free for new members. Don't quote me on that. I just think that's what I saw. And yeah, so I'm not sponsored or anything like that. I just wanted to fill you guys in. Now, I love my Kindle Unlimited subscription. I've talked about it before. I like that so I believe I pay like $11.99 a month for my Kindle Unlimited, and I am able to download 20 books. Now, I can download those books at any time. I just have a max of 20. That's what I have right now. I always have 20 books downloaded at one time, and you can just keep books for as long as you want. I've had a book on my Kindle Unlimited before for like over a year, and then I remembered that I had downloaded it, and I was like, oh yeah, like let me go ahead and read that. Now, I just continuously just switch out books. So I either use my subscription to get books that I just don't have at my Barnes & Noble, Target, or Walmart, and I don't feel like ordering, and I can go ahead and read them, especially like new releases. A lot of times they are available on Kindle Unlimited versus just actually, buying them on Kindle. So I'll do that. Or I will get books that are actually on my physical TBR and read them on my Kindle because I read so much faster on my Kindle, and I can highlight and do everything like that I want, and then I can transfer the notes if I happen to be annotating that book at that time. So that's kind of what I did for what I switched my books out for from last night. I did a mixture of books that are actually on my shelf that I want to read and new books that I don't own that I've really been wanting to read. Now, what I started last night was Demon's Dream. I am so hooked on this book until it is sad. Now, I mentioned either in this video or a different video, I was in a slight reading slump. Very slight. And I don't want to say I was in a reading slump because I've been very motivated to read. I just was not reading exactly what I wanted to read. I was just making myself read to get books off of my shelf. I am very much a mood reader. The mood needs to be right for me, okay? First of all, I want to be able to focus on the book that I'm reading, especially if I want to annotate the book. Like, I started Court of Thorn and Roses, and I want to annotate it. I already made that decision right off the bat. This is a book I want to annotate. Speaking of which, I want to change the colors. Anyway, I knew I want to annotate that book, but I also really want to focus on that book. And when I have other things that I need to handle, like work stuff, it's a distraction for me, especially for fantasy books. So while I really want to read that book, I wasn't like enjoying myself because I felt like, man, I can't really focus. I got other stuff that I need to do. So what I started doing was rereading 'Tis the Season for Revenge because I love this book. This is one of my favorite books ever. And it did get me out of my slump. And I did start annotating it because, I've already read it. I've already annotated it. I just wanted to do it again. I really like how this is looking. Anyway, that's one way I get out of any type of slump that I'm in is by rereading one of my favorite books. So that is why I grabbed this. But last night, I started reading Demon's Dream. I'm 28% in. I'm on chapter 33 and like page 200 and something. Let me see, what page am I on? 206 out of 750. I love some thick, chunky books. Now, this is by, it's different doing it on my iPad. Who is this by? L. Kaysen? Or Ellie? I'm not sure I never know how to say authors' names. Unless it's like super, super basic, like Jane Doe. I'm probably not going to know how to say your name, so I'm very sorry. But I am loving this book. Let me show you what it looks like. This is the book. I'm loving this book. And I am just so happy that I found a book. First of all, it's a dark romance. I love dark romances. I love dark romance books. I love organized crime. I'm not sure if I will get in trouble for like saying mafia romance, but those are my favorites. Always my favorites. So, organized crime. That's what this is. Now, this book, I'm not, okay, I'm not going to say it has darker elements than other books that I've read in terms of organized crime. It just has different elements, so to speak. And this is actually a book that it reminds me of. If I can grab it. It reminds me a little bit of Beautiful Chaos. I love this book. I really enjoyed reading it. Again, different elements to the organized crime, which I really liked. It had some creative ways to get rid of people. The MMC, very creative ways of getting rid of people. So I'm assuming that this one is similar. Again, I'm only 28% in. It's a thick book, but I'm really, really liking it. If you want to know anything about the book, I'll go ahead and give like a really brief rundown. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. Okay, so she is trying to clean up a situation that her brother put the family in. I'm not going to say what he did, but he got them in a situation. Again, she is from an organized crime family that is kind of scaled back to kind of not necessarily go like on the straight and narrow, so to speak, but just they've cleaned up, they've settled down from that aspect of their life. He did something to get them in a situation where they have to go talk to someone very high in organized crime, a different family. And the solution was that she was basically going to like not take the punishment for her brother, but kind of so. And she has to, she has a month that she has to spend with the guy. His name is Demon, even though his name is Damien. They call him Demon. And he is basically like the enforcer, so to speak, for his family. So he's the one that gets his hands dirty. Okay? And he has a reputation, which is why his name is Demon. And that's who she's with for the month. Okay? There we go. And I'm loving it so far. I think it's really great. I don't know. It's a little bit different because I feel like it's not like a bully romance, but that's the best way I can kind of describe a little bit of I cannot talk, the dynamic a little bit. And I don't drift towards bully romances, but I'm not like opposed to them either. I don't think this is considered a bully romance at all, but that's just the best way that I can describe it. Anyway, really like it. That is one of the books I downloaded last night. I can't even remember what book I traded it out for. Now, I'm going to tell you guys what books that I have on my Kindle Unlimited, and I'll let you know if I actually own the book or not. Now, Demon's Dream, I don't own. That is by L. Kaysen or Ellie Kaysen. I don't own that book, but I did really want to read it. The first person who mentioned that book was, hold on, I'll put her name on the screen. Okay, she's the first person I saw mention it. I'll find it. I just don't want to spend too long looking for her, but she's the first person that mentioned the book, and I think she has really good book recs, especially if you're looking for Black authors. Now, for me personally, to be honest, a lot of times I don't even want to know what the author looks like. It's the same way for me with music, with bands and musicians and stuff like that. If I don't have to know what you look like, I just don't. I don't know why. It's just who I am. So I don't care if the author, what race they are. I don't care if they're male or female. I don't care. I just don't care. As long as you're like a decent human being, I'll say. Okay? But other than that, doesn't matter to me. So I will just pick up a book blind, because I blind buy books all the time. But if you are looking for Black author recommendations, she has a ton of them. Now, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you guys the cover of the book so you can see the author's name. I don't have to keep mispronouncing authors' names. I'm going to show you the cover. I'll rate the title of the book. These are the books that I have on my Kindle Unlimited. I'll let you know if I actually own one of the books or not. We're going to start out, and these are in no particular order because when I click on the book, it just moves it to the top of my list. Now, I'm currently reading A Demon's Dream. This is the book. Hopefully you guys can see that. It is by L. Kaysen or Ellie Kaysen. Let me close my blinds a little bit so there's not a glare. I'm really enjoying that book. Here is Live, Ranch, Love by Emma Lucy. I don't own this book, but I have really been wanting to read that particular book. I really like small town cowboy books. This is Cash by Jessica Peterson. I don't own this one either. The Wolf King. There you go. I think these covers are really pretty. Beautiful Beast. I don't own this book. Still Beating by Jennifer Hartman. I do own this one, and I have been wanting to read it for a little while. I actually have a special edition of this book from Fabled Co. You see, Twisted Love by Anna Wong. I have just the regular, like, discreet covers. I don't have the model covers. And I do have all 4 books in that series. Hooked by Emily McIntyre. Why is this book at the very end? I did not read this book. Okay. Now, again, sometimes I get books that I already own because I want to go ahead and knock them off of my physical TBR. Sinners Condemned. I have read Sinners Anonymous. I really liked it. I do not own this book. I don't own Sinners Anonymous either. Where's Molly? I don't own this one, but I do own Haunting Adeline and Hunting Adeline, as well as Does It Hurt? I don't know why, here it is, big. I don't know why I told you all the other books that I own from her. There we go. So this is in the, it's a spin-off from Haunting and Hunting Adeline. And again, well, not again, make sure you guys check your trigger warnings. I read a lot of dark romance books. They don't trigger me, but they might trigger you, so check your trigger warnings. Stolen Heir. This is from the Brutal Birthright series. This is from Sophie Lark. I have all of the books. I've read Brutal Prince multiple times. I love that book. Zodiac Academy. I do own the first book. Oh, this is cool because the map is in color. Zodiac Academy. Now, I would have already purchased all of the books, but my Barnes & Noble never has books 2 or 3, like ever. When I purchased the first book a long time ago, they did have like all of them, and I just assumed that they would just keep them in stock. I was wrong. They did not. Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. I did read Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Really enjoyed it. I'm happy I finally started the Harry Potter series, so I wanted to go ahead and continue. I don't own the rest of the books. That is not true. I actually own the 4th book somewhere. Fourthling. Obviously, I own the physical copy. I've shown you guys multiple times. Now, Nacadia. I swear I'm hearing something, and it sounds like there's like a little lizard in my wall. I know it's not in my room. And I'm trying to just figure out if it's a toy that is like, because it's like around their toy boxes, and some of their toys like walk and move and stuff like that. So I'm trying to figure out if it's one of those. I don't know. And I've moved like everything out from that area, and there's nothing back there. Passenger Princess. I love Morgan Elizabeth books so much. I really want to read Passenger Princess, so I downloaded this. A Cage of Crimson. This is a Red Riding Hood retelling. That's all I know about it. It was suggested to me from Kindle Unlimited. I have the Red Zone Rivals box set. Sometimes you can get box sets on Kindle Unlimited. It just depends, but I had the option to download the box set, so I did. So I can read all 4 books. while I own Meet Your Match by Candy Steiner, I have never read any of her books. I have not read that one yet, so I thought I would just go ahead and get that box set because so many people have talked about it, and it seems like she writes books that I would enjoy. What is this? The Elysian Trials? Trials? Can't even say the book title, but I got this. And it seems good. And finally, King of Air. I'm guessing this is a dragon fantasy book. I don't know. Some of these books I've downloaded just because of a small little blurb. And that was all. That's all it took. So this one's one of those books. Small blurb. I was sold. Those are all the books that I have on Kindle Unlimited. So I'm going to show you all of them again. Hopefully you guys can see the screen. So those are all the books that I have on Kindle Unlimited. 20 books that I've downloaded. Some are on my shelf, some are not. Let's see how many are actually on my shelf. 1, 2, 3, 6. 6 books. So 6 out of 20. Yeah, right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 books are on my shelf, and I feel like that's a good enough balance. So I can hopefully knock out 7 books on my physical TBR, but I can also still read books that I've really been wanting to read. I cannot talk right now. So there we go. That's been a really long time to show you guys all the books. I'm gonna have a lot of like cuts and edits, so it's not like dragged out. There is a special going on for Kindle Unlimited, so you guys might want to hop on that. That is all. I just want to show you guys all the books that I have on Kindle Unlimited, what I'm currently reading. I'm currently reading Demon's Dream, really enjoying it, really liking it. After that, I don't know what I'm going to read next, to be honest. I don't know. But will it be on my Kindle? Yes. All right, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.